Howdy fishy peeps, and welcome back to the channel. Usual one, if you're new here, please watch the video first, see if you like it, and like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I try to reply to every comment and all that. So today I thought I'd do an update video because there's been quite a bit of change going on in the tanks. But I also thought I'd combine that with feeding and going through with what I feed. So if we start with the food, and in no particular order, there's quite a few. And excuse the pink tone, that's because I've got red curtains and red lampshades and everything turns out pink after a while. We have the goldfish pellets from Aquarium, which I use to feed the comets in the pond. If I have a quick spin round, you'll be able to see the pond, and if you see the weather, you'll see why I'm not going out there with the camera to feed them at the moment. But yeah, that's doing well since it's all been changed over a new liner. Still got some sorting out to do around the edges, but minor issues. Anyway, so the three comets, they are Holmes, Moriarty and Baskerville. I get the Aquarium Advanced Nutrition goldfish pellets, as every fish keeper has. A tub of flake, which is again the Aquarium one, because it's a better name than the own brand ones. It probably comes out of the same factory, but you know. Then we have the Aqua Care, which is a similar kind of thing. That's the granules. I like to mix things up. I don't know about you, I don't like eating the same thing every day, so I'm fairly sure the fish enjoy a change. So I do have several foods. And we have the Sarah catfish chips, algae wafers basically, but they've got wood in them, so they tend to go down really well with the bristle noses I've got in several tanks now. And we have catfish pellets, self-explanatory, just a sinking pellet basically. Tubifex treats, which are just little cubes of Tubifex worms. They stick to the glass and you can watch the small fish nibble away at them until something bigger comes off and just rips the whole thing off. And we have the JBL Novo tab, which is basically the same, similar to the Sarah Onip tabs, and everyone seems to like them. You know, the guppies and the platties will crowd it, and then everything else will feed off whatever comes off. Fluval bug bites, again everything loves those. And because I have a shrimp tank, obviously we've got some shrimp food. Got some shrimp pellets there. A tub of freeze-dried Daphnia. Again, because I like to break up the things that they're getting. Different foods will have different nutritional benefits or ingredients, I suppose. And then come along, we have some various SL Aqua, Shrimp King, and Mark Shrimp Tanks shrimp foods. Duh. You know, that's fairly obvious. A pack of the Tetra Fun Nips, or Fun Tips. You can see what I've been thinking about this morning. Again, stick on glass tablets, great fun to watch your fish feed on, and an easy way to keep a close eye on the check of the health of your fish. This isn't algae wafers. What this actually is, if I can get the lid off and not get it everywhere because it's really messy, is, if it even shows up, because it's really dark in it, it is literally spirulina powder. Shrimp love it, fry love it, because it's super fine particles, everything can eat it. It's all I do is I've got some bamboo skewers, just dunk them in the tank, dump them in the pot and then pop it back in the tank. So if you just try and sprinkle it in, it just floats on the surface and dyes everything green. On the same lines, we also have the Interpet Liquid Fry Baby Plus Fry Growth Food and Tetramin Baby. So I do have quite a few fry at the moment. We have the Hikari Micro Pellets, and micro wafers. Again, just slightly different things, sink at different rates, have slightly different ingredients. You can finish that if you want. Tetratropical granules, and then a pot of freeze-dried bloodworms. So for ease of use, what we're going to feed today, let's go some bug bites, shall we? Because once I've got the lid off, that's relatively easy to just lift the top off of the tank and dump some in. Oh, cinematography sharp. You're never going to win an Oscar at this rate. So we'll start off with the little 25 litre, which has had a few minor changes. I just pop food in, and we can get down and have a look, see what's in there. So algae, we've got quite a bit of that. We had the copper harlequin rasboras. This is where the celestial pearl danios went, because they've been moved from where they were, and hiding away up the back, just showing herself off now. We've got mummy ram. Unfortunately daddy ram is no more. He had some kind of either illness or fight or burn and ended up dying from, I'm not sure if it was Popeye or not, but I tried treating and he still didn't make it, bless him. So I'm leaving mummy alone, as it were, for a while, just to make sure that she survives, and if she does well then I'll add another male in there. But as you can see, the harlequins and the danios are doing perfectly happily in there. Mummy ram's having a bit of a munch there. So if we then turn around, we'll see the first change, or the first major change. I'll grab another. So this fluval flex, just whether they'll actually come out for the food I don't know, because they're very new into the tank. So this flex was the shrimp tank, and there are still a couple in there that managed to evade me. They are very small, and as I say, it's been cleared out, rescaped, replanted and refilled, as it were. So we have some nerite snails in there getting to work clearing the algae, and you can actually see the trails on the back wall where they've been going up and down and munching away, clearing paths through the algae. And we have glow light danios, which are absolutely gorgeous little fish. I say the nerite snails, and the star of the tank is missing. Well, missing, hiding. He, she, I'm not sure which. I'm going to go with she because she's very pretty. Ginger, named after Ginger Graves, a very generous, helpful and kind person. Helps out a lot of people with super chats and live streams and that kind of thing, and donations. She's been going through a tough time with illness in her tank, so I thought I'd name a fish in her honour. And true to form, hiding up somewhere, no idea where, probably in or under the wood, normally is. But she's a super red long fin bristlenose. She's absolutely gorgeous. Barely touched her algae wafer. Although there's a shrimplet on there. If we get real close you might see the shrimplet. But yeah, so she's doing fine. Everyone in there is. Might need to trap it again to get rid of the last of the planaria, which were a big problem with the shrimp in there. So while I'm on my knees, I can turn you around and show you the shrimp are back in their old house, as it were. The little 20 litre or 5 gallon, and there's, I suppose, think it was about 80 or 90, something like that, shrimp, a bunch of trumpet snails, some nerites. So I think the CPDs may well have been munching baby shrimplets, and the planaria may have been getting to the adult shrimp, because there were around 200 when I put them into that flex. So hopefully the colony will pick back up and start multiplying again, and all will be good with the world. Don't need to feed them today because I fed them yesterday. And then we move over to the big tank, the fluvial Roma, which takes quite a bit more food than the others because there's a lot more fishies. And yes, I do feed my fish well, but I do regular good water changes, and there is a large population of trumpet snails in here, not to mention lots of guppies. Look at the camera, not what you're looking at, Sharp. Yep, there we go. So yep, lots of guppies, all doing fine. All my old guppies basically died off through old age, I think, in the end. The platies again, all just being platies, getting on with it. And this is where the mother crebensis, Pam, there she is. She went because obviously I emptied out the 20-litre tank, which is where her and her fry were. Now she was getting on well with Cribby, the other female crebensis, but they appear to have had a scrap because Cribby is now there you go. Cribby is now missing a good chunk of tail, so she may have to come out of there. Dave's just doing Dave stuff. Sorry, just bumbling about and trying to find things to eat. So time to drop a couple of algae wafers in there. If I can get the lid off with one hand. The joys of holding a camera in one hand, your strong hand, and then trying to do stuff with the other hand. I don't want that many. Two will do for today. So yep, everything going well in there. Impotetra's trundling about. Focatus rainbows, the pseudomugil. It's about the only way I'm ever going to get them on camera, because they never stay still long enough to actually take a photograph. So that's those tanks. Now if I grab the liquefry and the bug bites, we can go over this away, and I'll just aim it up at the ceiling so you don't see the carnage. It's my front room at the moment, and we can come down to Mary's tank, which is home to, as you can probably see at the bottom there, some cherry shrimp, some baby ram's horns, some nerites, and one very important little buddy. Come on, wake up. Here he comes. He's trying to come for food now. That's Norman. Come on, Norman. Show off for the camera. Show us how gorgeous you are. He's calmed down now. Of late he's been having big arguments with the thermometer. Keeps flaring at it and knocking it off the glass, so I don't know what it's done to him, but he doesn't like it anymore. Which is strange, because he's normally a very peaceful and friendly little fishy. As you can tell, I mean, there are baby shrimp floating about in here. Hey, good boy, have a munch. But yeah, so he's got to be getting on for a year. He's doing rather well. And we'll move over to what is affectionately known as the Platy farm, which is probably my heaviest stocked tank for volume. Always drop a pinch of bug bites in and watch them all go nuts. So we've got the platies, the endlers, the peacock gudgeon, Bertie, there's Bertie. Bertie's hiding up down here. The Sunshine Bristlenose, the one remaining Panda Cory, is getting on perfectly fine. There you go, Bertie. We have Spotty, who is a boy, just down there, and the Pleco Cave, so with any luck they might multiply. And yes, all three of the adult female platies are heavily pregnant at the moment, and I suspect the younger females are. The Endlers are starting to show signs of their age, being a year old or over. When they were, it was about a year ago when I got them, and they were pretty much fully grown then. As you can see, this one at the front is missing half of his tail, the top half of his sword. I think he probably just got in the way of a grumpy female platy, because they do get a bit grumpy when they're carrying. Can't say I blame them though. And then on to the newest, well, I say tank. Let's be honest here, it's a bucket on the floor. It is, oh, there go my knees. Where did I leave the, where did I put the fry food? Oh no. Oh, left it over with Norman. There we go. So in here, a very bodged job of the lid and the lights and everything inside. And clown peat gravel, because I had some. The little dodgy filter, the sponge filter, God knows how many guppy fry. There's at least 20 or 30 in there. And then hidden away under the guppies, if I can get a camera shot straight down, you might see some. There are 83 Crebensis babies in here as well. So, well, I say babies, they're 6-7 weeks old now. But, Mummy Crib had started to, or Pam started to chase them, so she'd had enough of having them about, wanted a break, so that's why she got moved. The new guppies went in here to cycle and quarantine, and once that was done, the baby cribbies all got caught and put in. But they don't like taking floaty food too much anymore, so we'll crunch on my knees across again, grab the bug bites, because they are actually big enough to take the bug bites now. So I feed these guys 3 times a day. Their morning feed, they get a powder and either some crunched up pellets or wafers or bug bites. Lunchtime feed, they just get the fry food, and then evening feed they get the same as the morning. Don't know if the cameras are going to pick them up down there. It's going to go super grainy because it's pretty dark, but hopefully you can see them all trundling around at the bottom. But yeah, so there we go. Obviously the random excess plants from other tanks that I've had. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. It's been a bit of a waffly and lengthy video, but enjoy your fish keeping, have fun. If you go to Aquashella, cause havoc for me, give everyone a hug. Peace out, rock on, bye bye.